Hey guys, and welcome to week 4 of building Apocalyptic City. So in this update I'm going to be mentioning quite a few people for like designs and things, because I've had a lot of help from you guys in the comments, and everyone who I mentioned in this video, their link will be in the description below. Okay, so before we get into this, I'm sorry there is a bit of a lack of progress because due to lack of parts, but I do have the sidewalks pretty much done, and I have done a bit more progress on the road. Started the interiors to the buildings, mainly the first one. Nothing much done there, but I've started to mark out each floor, so you'll be able to see that. So that's pretty much what we're going to be covering this update, and I do hope you enjoy. So let's
Okay
get
guys,
into
so as you can see there's no real progress for the graveyard, but we do have 3 different designs now for a cross. So the newest design here is actually by a subscriber of mine called Fayet. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, I'm not great at pronouncing foreign names, but he's a subscriber of mine and he very nicely made a video of a design for like a cross. So I really like this actually. It would be much more ideal if I had these pieces in reddish brown, but I'll see if it's possible to get them in reddish brown, and then maybe I can have one of these in reddish brown. So in the comments I want you guys to vote on which cross you would like. So if you want number 1, the reddish brown one is number 1, number 2 is the metallic colored one, and number 3 is Fayet's design. So let me know in the comments please, and I will be using whichever one you guys vote on. Also for the graveyard, I'm thinking of, when I get another order in, a couple more orders in anyway, I'm thinking of changing the color scheme for this to olive green and reddish brown, or just keeping this and adding some more olive green, because the rest of the MOC is actually olive green here. So you can see a lot of olive green and tan in this bit. So yeah, so that's pretty much for the graveyard, and let's get into the sidewalks. So here you have an overview of what I have so far for the sidewalks. So these are pretty much done, and I did use the snot technique and lots of like brokenness, and added some olive green and tan. I'm gonna probably add some more olive green and tan, but this is how it's looking so far. Sorry for the messy table, by the way. But yeah, so here I've started outlining another section of it, but this bit is going to be like a transition between terrain and the sidewalk, so this bit is obviously not done yet. But yeah, so that is pretty much the sidewalk so far, and I also have the alleyway here, which Lego Man Joe actually had an idea to add like a barricade thing type here, so let me know in the comments if you'd like that. And yeah, so here's another overview of the MOC so far, and I also, as you can see, there's quite a bit of progress to the road. So that is literally as far as I can go with the road at the moment with the current amount of parts I have. This bit here, this leaves here, this is probably not going to stay here. I'm not too happy with that, but that was just something I was testing out. But let me know if you like that. I'm not too sure what I think of that. I think I'm going to take that away. I finished the sides of this building. As you can see, the interior to this building needs some work due to the different colours in it and everything. But that will be done when I get some more orders done. And yeah, so I am hoping for an order. This for the next update. It's going to be a very, very small order, but it's going to help out, and I'll be able to do another week hopefully. So into the interiors of the building so far, as you can see, pretty much next to nothing done, but I have started doing the floors, so it's pretty much all I've got for that. But as you can see here, there's this figure here. So this, I had the idea of having like a zombie, and he's just being attacked, and he basically gets anything he can find, and he finds some scissors, and then he ends up killing the zombie with scissors. So that would be a pretty cool scene, I think. So let me know if you'd like that. So this figure maybe needs to change it up a bit, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you guys is the figures. Okay guys, so here are all the figures I have at the moment. So none of these are going to be final, but I'm going to give you a closer look at each one. So here's a little overview of each one. Yep, so that is figures so far. That is what I have. Okay, for story of the MOC, I did get a comment by a friend of mine called Luke. I'll put his channel in the description. But he had a pretty cool story, which I think I'm going to mention part of that in the next update. But he had some pretty cool ideas. So obviously I'm not going to use all his ideas, but I might incorporate some ideas that he had to the final story. So I am currently working on a story at the moment with a friend of mine called Felix. So I've been friends with Felix for a pretty long time now, and me and him are trying to work out a story for this MOC. But please go check out Felix. He's building Erebor from The Hobbit, which is a really cool MOC, so please be sure to check him out. But anyway, so pretty much that is what we have so far this week. I know it's not the biggest amount of progress, but it's literally as much as I could do. Like, I shouldn't have done so much because of the lack of parts, but I've had to improvise with lots of different parts, having to make it more broken around here, and might fix this a bit when I get another order. But I like how it looks so far. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for this update, and I will see you in the end of the video. Okay guys, so this is the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this week's update. Sorry for the lack of progress. I know I didn't get too much done, but I am happy with the progress I did get considering the amount of parts I have. But there will be an order hopefully next week. I have placed the order, but it's whether it arrives by next week because it's coming from Germany. But we will see. And that is for some parts for the dark red building there. So I hope you enjoyed this week, and I will see you in week 5.